Welcome back. June is Pride Month, and this morning we're kicking off our new series, Speaking Out Loud.
First up, the story of a New York City tradition born in the 1980s, a Woodstock for drag.
It grew into an annual celebration, then it disappeared until last year when Wigstock made quite the comeback. Well, now the HBO documentary Wig looks at the history of that event.
And two of the people responsible for its return, Neil Patrick Harris and husband David Burtka, this time around, they're making it a family affair.
Wigstock?
Yeah!
Are you? What do you
I want to be a drag king.
What do you know about drag queens?
That they're crazy and they say bad words.
Who says bad words?
Lady Bunny.
Yeah, Lady Bunny's got a filthy... She is loco.
Oh, okay,
That's
joining us,
personality.
Neil Patrick Harris, David Burtka. Guys, good to see you.
You too. Thank you guys for having us on.
Be here.
So why was it important to revive this and more importantly, make it a family affair?
Well, you know, we have two kids, and we're fans of the drag world. I dabbled in it. I was Hedwig on Broadway, and we were watching RuPaul's Drag Race. And David had the idea of why does Wigstock not happen anymore? It stopped in 2001, and the popularity of drag is
Bigger than ever.
bigger than it's ever been. And we both thought this is good. So we didn't know Lady Bunny. She was the one who had created that whole festival. There she is in the big blonde wig, and so David reached out to her. We revived the festival, and we thought, let's document it. And in doing so, we realized this documentary on HBO is really quite fascinating. It's an in-depth look sort of the drag culture in the New York scene from the 80s to current times. But there's a lot of different types of people within it. It follows a lot of trans, positive, gender fluid people that are the younger set, a queen named Charlene Incarnate, and it follows Lady Bunny, and it just...
drag kids.
Drag kids. It's an interesting culture, but I think the culture right now with drag is so fun and silly and light, and yet these people are real people who have real stories and who have struggled a lot, and I think attention deserves to be paid to them.
Yeah, I grew up, when I moved to New York, I lived in the East Village, so I went to the original Wigstocks. And so that culture I just adore and love, and I'm so happy to see that these drag queens who do such wonderful work get to show what they love to do and what they get to do, what they're really proud of what they do. And necessarily in RuPaul, which RuPaul does a great job bringing Main Street drag into it, they don't get to see their main show, what they get to, what they're famous for.
Right. Well, that's how Wigstock kind of got started in the first place. I mean, it used to be an underground thing that happened in clubs late at night, and then all of a sudden, it was brought into the daylight.
Yeah,
so
it started at the Pyramid Club in the 1980s, and they were drunk one night and decided to keep the party going and go to the band shell over at Thompson Square Park, and just it sort of evolved from there.
And it grew and grew, and it was an 8-hour drag festival. So we brought it back this last Labor Day. On the top of the South Street Seaport, and we had 60-plus queens for 8 hours doing their best material.
And it's so important to give.
Really well.
It's so important to give credit to these drag queens because, you know, 50 years of Stonewall is happening right now, and drag queens are the ones who actually started the Stonewall riots and started the march. I mean, the first gay pride parade was a actual march for equality, but now it's turned into a big party.
Right.
So to show where we came from in the drag community to where we are now is a really fun slice of history in this movie.
Almost a reappreciation for the younger generation to kind of know how it all started.
That was my intention for it, and I'm really impressed with how the documentary turned out because it does take a historical slant and show sort of the pathos, but the histories of it, because you have to recognize that it's not as easy to walk around in drag. Back then, it wasn't as easy as it is now.
I was just looking at this adorable picture of your kids. With these wigs. I'm obsessed with your twins. Really quickly, they are living their best lives. Was their first concert an Elton John concert? Did I see that correctly?
Yes.
It was.
And did one of them really fall asleep? Tell me that's not true.
Yeah, look, there's a picture. Elton is a very close friend. He performed at our wedding, and we spend summers with him, and their kids are amazing as well. And so he has his big final tour going on. And
next picture.
And so they all went and they loved it.
That
Well, Elton does not just give an hour concert. He gives a 3.5-hour concert. And the kids go to bed at 7. So, I mean, we had the earplugs in and, you know.
I can talk to Uncle Elton tomorrow.
Well, they were just happy to hang out with their friends, Zachary and Eliza, backstage.
So
So.
talking about
great.
pride, we're so proud of Elton and his Rocket Man.
Oh,
and
wow,
how
how
he's
great is
doing.
that?
We didn't
It's
get a chance to
fantastic.
talk about your mustache. We ran out
Yeah,
of time.
I'm glad we did. I'm doing a movie in a couple months.
So
and
it's
I'm
not for you.
slowly growing it.
It's not for pride?
No, it's for porn.
Well, there you go. You had to ask. Wig premieres June 18th on HBO, and we'll be right back. Or maybe not.